Hello and welcome to History 2010. This is the A term for the fall 2025 semester. The course is the United States to 1865. I am the professor for the class. My name is Dr. James MacDonald. And in this, what I hope, promise, will be a short intro video. Going to serve the purpose of when you go to class on the very first day and you kind of cover the Moodle shell and the syllabus and some other course expectations and requirements. So that's what I intend to do here. We're going to look at the Moodle shell. We're going to talk about how the grades are determined, some of the resources that you'll need in the course of the semester. Again, let me click on the syllabus so you can find that link right here in the kind of first group of uh, section, you might want to call it, within Moodle itself. That course syllabus is right here. We click on it, we'll bring it up along with some other resources as we go along. Not that, there we go. When you have to email me, and I'm guessing that's how most of you are going to communicate, make sure you spell my name correctly. It is MAC, MacDonald J. Also, please put your course and section number. I teach multiple sections of 2010, so that way you can just kind of connect yourself with what section of the class that you're in. So somewhere maybe in that subject line, I bet you've hardly ever used the subject line of emails. But if you don't, you can find it after you put who you're trying to communicate with. And in the subject line, just put A term. And that's enough to identify you. And it saves me some time as far as I get an anonymous email from someone and I can't tell what section you're in. I got to waste my time looking up the um, different list of students and on the different roles. So if you also would like your emails answered, that's a surefire way to make it happen. It's a good rule to follow with your other classes and other professors. You'll be doing all of them a favor if you put the most specific way to identify yourself. So just writing, I'm in history 2010, great, but be specific. So the class is pretty fast paced, especially that we are covering a full semester in 8 weeks. But it can be done because this class is designed for you to succeed. I promise you that. If you put the work in, stay up with the reading, complete the discussions, and take the tests on time, you'll be, I think, very satisfied with how you do. So we cover from the colonies exploration up until the end of the American Civil War in 1865 in 8 exciting and action-packed weeks. You will have, in addition to exams, some writing exercises in the form of discussions that we'll get into some details as we go along. The textbook is the Tyndall and Shy. I think they just call it Shy now, but it's Professor Shy's America, and we are up to the 13th edition. That's new for this semester. It's been updated, changed, and all of that. And you need to get the textbook by simply clicking on the following link that you will find in Moodle. You'll just click on this, and when you click on it, it will bring you to a login page. So you'll need to create a login and a password. And since I've already will have loaded all of you into the student set, this link will work. And that will take you to the E version of our book. Very straightforward. And you read it as we go along. One or sometimes a couple chapters in a given week. The university policies, which are part of the syllabus, usually I've attached into the Moodle shell. It works a little bit better this way because we can keep the syllabus very straightforward and actually under 2 pages. So any information that you might need, phone numbers, internet links, or resources on campus can be found right here. And that's going to be directly under the link to the syllabus. So the syllabus will be there the whole time. That's where you go to, see your due dates for everything. And then, you complete everything in Moodle. I'll talk about the discussion boards in a minute. Again, they're the writing element of the class. But for the meantime, we'll go back to the syllabus. Okay. We have 4 exams for the class, 4 50-question exams. They are timed. They are 1 hour to complete them. They are not proctored, but they open from usually Friday to Sunday, unless there's some exception for a long weekend or holiday or something like that. But for the most part, they will open Friday morning and close Sunday evening. That's when you need to complete them. If you don't, you've missed the exam. And unless you have a university recognized excuse, I'm not going to do makeups. So it is on you to make sure that you complete the exams on time. Again, they open from Friday until Sunday. So 4 50-question multiple choice exams. And those questions come from the study guide. We'll go back to Moodle quickly because in week 1, you will see that you have exam 1 study guide. So your first exam is going to cover chapters 1, 2, and 3. So even before you've gotten all the reading done, you'll have this study guide open. And let me show you what that looks like. So exam 1 covers the first 3 chapters, and here are the first 3 chapter study guide questions. So it's pretty simple to figure out that you have 50 study guide questions and 50 exam questions. There you go. This is not something you have to turn back into me. It is a resource for you as you go through the reading. Pretty straightforward. Again, I make it easy for you to do well in the class. You'll also find for every chapter, what I like to do is put a little outline for each chapter. You can click on that or not. It's kind of the big picture topic that you'll be going through. Also in week 1, you'll have your first discussion. And the discussions are based on either a primary source document, something written at the time that we're studying, or they're often crash course European history or crash course American history. And you'll watch this video. They're all under 15 minutes. And then you will click on this little link here and it will take you to where you just add a discussion. It's a Q&A forum. You do not need to comment on your fellow students. You just have to answer the question. There are some requirements for the discussion board. They need to be 150 words, at least. They have to be in your own words. The top of the Moodle shell, you will see our statement on the use of AI. Don't AI the answer. Are there ways for me to check? Yes. Will I? Yes. Not too long ago, we were only dealing with, cutting and pasting and folks kind of copying things on the internet sites, web pages. But now we've got this AI thing, and there you have it. It's just a new element to being a student and to being an instructor or professor. If you have a class where the instructor tells you to use AI, great. That's fine. Sometimes you'll be required to use it, and it can be useful. I don't want you using it in this course. I want you to write in your own words. It's 150 words. Maybe it sounds like a lot. It isn't, trust me. And you have to do 3 of those discussions in the course of the semester. Let's go back to the syllabus. The syllabus is really straightforward. I mean, it's got this page with all the things we got to cover, and then there's the course schedule on page 2. And that's it. That's the end of the syllabus. I like to keep them very, again, easy to negotiate with all the basic information. Everything else I can cover in a short video like this. All right. So we've got 4 exams, and they're 75% of your grade. That means we're going to drop the lowest of your 4 exams and your 3 best exams along with the other 25% of your grade, which come from the discussions. And you have 3 of them. The first one's worth 30 points, and the second and third are worth 35 points. Obviously, that adds up to 100. And that is, the 3 discussions, 25% of your grade. Complete them on time. They are due Friday. They are not due the following Friday. They will be late and not accepted. Late submissions are penalized 10% of the grade until after the 4th day. Don't bother. So you have to keep up with them. The reminders for the discussions are in the syllabus. So you go to Moodle to complete everything, but the syllabus tells you what you need to get done. You've got a discussion that has nothing to do with the book. So it's not like you're going to be reading and then answering in the first week. And then the second week, you've got your first exam. So the exam you can see here runs from Friday to Sunday. It closes at 11. Don't try to start it after 11. It's just get it done over those 3 days. The discussion, always due on Friday. So let's go back to the top part of the syllabus. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the discussions. They can help you if your overall test average isn't where you'd like it. You can get that 25% boost of your grade. The other thing that I've seen, and I've taught this class for quite a while, is that students do not do the discussions, and that can really make your average suffer. In extreme cases, like you'll drop 1 or 2 letter grades, like you got an A average on the exams, congratulations, but you didn't turn any discussions, so you've lost 25% of your grade. So a couple things: complete them in your own words, 150 words, and do not do the whole what I call discussion dump, where at the end of the semester you're like, whoops, forgot to do them, and I'll turn them in all at once. Nope. I've got a word count on these when you turn them in, so I know if they're 150 words. I also know what time and day that you turned them in. So follow that, and you'll do fine. Make sure you have a nice, stable internet connection when you attempt to take the exam. Again, not proctored, but they are timed. Once you start the exam, the clock begins, and you've got 60 minutes, 1 hour to get it done. This is not the time to be looking up answers in the book as you complete the exam. You don't want to do that. You're going to run out of time. And my instructor response is there. You can, again, reach me through email, but make sure that you put, second time I've written this, please indicate the name of the course in the subject heading and the section as well. For all of you, just put a term somewhere. Or in the body of the email itself, just say, hi, I'm Susie student, and I'm in your 2010 A term. And it'll be fine. And that way you'll get your email answered. So the second page of the syllabus we already looked at. There is the course schedule. It takes up less than 1 page of the syllabus. This is where you have a reminder where everything is due. That you need to look at this and not just set it in your phone or your Moodle calendar. I just heard stories about students saying that their calendar didn't tell them about the exam. So that's why you have to actually look at a, physical, maybe printed out syllabus. Just saying. But you also will see those due dates in Moodle. So this will tell you here that you got a discussion in week 1, due at the end of the week. Make sure that you watch the crash course video and complete the discussion. Week 2, you got an exam. So no discussion on week 2, but you've got 2 more chapters to read. Here are the outlines for the chapters. You've already gotten the study guide for chapters 2 and 3 the week before, in week 1. This course is not a free-for-all, so I'm not going to open everything all at once. I'm going to open each week as it goes along. And then you'll click on this for when the exam opens on the Friday of that week, which will be the 29th of August. If you click on it, you can click on it all day long on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on and so forth, but it won't open till Friday. So that's kind of like your first block, 2 weeks, and you got a quarter of the course done. And then look, week 3, you do it all over again. You've got another study guide for the exam 2. You've got some reading to do, and you've got another discussion. And then week 4, you've got your second exam. Very straightforward, very easy for you to understand. A course designed for you to do well. If you keep up with the reading, do the work on time. If you have any questions, concerns, problems in the course of the semester, please don't hesitate to contact me. I don't keep the same hours as all of you students do because I'm old. Nevertheless, you can expect an email from me in a timely manner, and I wish you the greatest success in this course, but also in the fall semester. Take care and have a great fall 2025.